Hey, everybody.
Hooty-hoo, everyone.
Welcome to the StabCast. We're here on another spooky Sunday, Dan Gummit. And I'm Dizzle.
And I'm Mindy. And if you love horror movies and horror movie reviews and whatnot, make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe them, notifications and whatnot, and
Press that button.
all that good shit.
Yeah.
So, and I believe we're streaming on Twitch as well.
Yeah.
So, hello to our new Twitch family.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. I know Daniel normally does video game stuff with you guys, but we're going to sprinkle a little bit of horror onto that today.
Yeah. I mean, we do all sorts of shit in the Dizzleverse, and the StabCast is a close relative to the Dizzleverse. So
yes.
we're on all platforms, fucking violent, and check all of those out, especially the StabCast TikTok and YouTube, and. Today we're talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, and we're going away from movies for a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be hitting The Quarry from 2022 from Supermassive Games. This is something that I bought brand new when it came out, right when it came out, knew nothing about it, played it the first time, was enthralled by it, and I had never played Until Dawn or any of those. But this company, Supermassive Games, that I love, they made Until Dawn back in the day, which was a classic. And then they made The Quarry as a spiritual successor. Now, the thing with Until Dawn is they had the Sony money because it was an exclusive PS4. That's why I never played it, because I'm an Xbox guy. And so they made it for Sony. Then Sony cut them off and told me to eat a fat sack of dicks. So they got with 2K and made this. And they also have their independent, the games that they make, the Dark Pictures anthology. That we played the one with Ashley Tisdale and
I didn't like that one as much.
No, you did like that one. You didn't like the Devil in Me, the hotel one.
Well, no, like the whole thing as a whole.
Oh,
I just think it was way too many storylines and way too much shit to do. And I understand that was the point, to give people stuff to do. Yeah. But sometimes, just like a movie, a game can be too long.
It can be. And it's where we're the same podcast, or like it's the same game, but without money.
Yeah.
That's all it is. The Quarry and Until Dawn are those games with a big budget and with money, and then the Dark Pictures anthologies are those games without that.
Yeah.
But they're still trying. They still have to spend what little money they have to pay Ashley Tisdale.
Exactly. I'm not saying
so
that
the graphics
that's a bad
hurt
thing.
it. Yeah. But
I'm
it's
just
not
saying
as good.
You can tell that it's a much lower production quality.
Fair.
Than its successor.
Right now, and we did shout out to the Twitch, but we aren't on Twitch right now. That's down.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But I still want to shout that
out.
We'll be on next week.
Yeah.
The Quarry. So Until Dawn, Sony just did a thing where they had a big game announcement, and guess what they fucking announced? Until Dawn 2.
No!
Until Dawn 2, the video game, right? They just did the movie. Now it's not a sequel to the movie, so that's why you don't have to be too worried. It's a sequel to the video game.
Uh-huh.
But it is... But I was all excited, and then I went out there, it's like, oh, it's made by a different developer. They're not going with Supermassive Games. They're not giving them the money for the second one, which I think is terrible.
Yeah.
Which they just made a new Dark Pictures game that looks like it actually has some money behind it that's in space. That's the only reason I haven't showed you that, because I know how you are with space. But it's Directive 8020, and that's like an alien type game.
Okay.
And it looks good, and I want to get it and play it. I just haven't yet. I've been playing other shit.
I've been slowly easing into aliens.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of credit.
You
here.
have. I'm just saying it's not your favorite, but
I've been lowering the walls of detachment for those kind of things.
That's not zombies.
No, I was just gonna say even zombies. I've been trying to be more open minded.
No, I know. You do watch more stuff, but we all have our favorites.
So I mean, I hate to shout this out, but one of the zombie pics that I watch, I actually believe I have it on TikTok. It's called Zombie 2 Revenge of the Killer Toilet.
Yeah.
And there is no Zombie 1. It's just, that's the title. Yeah. Zombie 2 Revenge of the Killer Toilet. Most craziest movie I have ever seen in my life. You got these but monsters making people into zombies, and it's crazy. You would love it.
Yeah.
But I can't believe I sat through it. I was impressed. I was like, oh wow, I actually sat through this whole thing.
Yeah. You have gotten more into it. I you like the good ones, like the Dawn of the Deads and the stuff that I show you that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lot of dumb ones. And that's a genre with a lot of stupid fucking movies in it. There's a lot of low budget shitty zombie movies out there. Like too many. But while we're actually veered away from that, Until Dawn, different creator. That sucks for Supermassive, but it still looks like a dope game, so I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
But my buddy was like, "Oh, just have faith in Sony." It's like, dude, fuck them. They should have fucking paid the people that made the good first one. I know, but while we're away from the Quarry, though, we have to talk about Obsession. That's made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, how the hell is this movie making so much money? When I looked into it, and like, you are all hating on it. I don't get it. How is it doing so well?
Well, there's a lot of people that are saying like it's amazing and they love it too.
Okay, because I didn't get that part. Like a week ago, I was being told that it was being trashed.
Well, here's the thing, and there's that other movie, Backdoors, that made. I don't know if that's a horror.
The Backrooms.
The Backrooms. Is that the one?
It's either The Backdoors or The Backrooms, but I know exactly what movie you're talking about. It's like a yellow.
Yeah.
Room.
Backrooms. Yeah, you're right.
Uh-huh.
That made almost $200 million too, and that's a horror movie too. So we are in an era.
And that was actually pretty. Well, I don't know how the whole movie went, but it was actually pretty good from what I saw, because I did watch a recap of it on YouTube.
But I thought it was important for us to address this on the show because we always talk about how important the movie theaters is and how important and how horror does make a lot of money, but sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes low budget hits and everything. We're in an era right now where the horror movies in the theaters are fucking killing it. And the fact that you have these three separate stories with Backrooms, that's a low budget $10 million movie and it made $195 million. You have Iron Lung with fucking Markiplier. That's a self-funded movie that I think that was only like $4 million. I don't have the numbers.
Actually, he only spent, double check the budget, but from what I heard, he only spent his own money. Yeah, $3. He did spend $3 million. Yeah. Okay, because he spent his own money on that production. Yeah, that was a Mark Fishbach.
He didn't sell it to anybody, no rights or nothing. No.
Prime
funded.
Screwed him over.
Yeah,
because he was going to, because he has this other series called Edge of Sleep on Tubi. I've recommended it to Daniel. I recommend it to everyone. Yeah. Trippy as all hell, but honestly, it's like six episodes of like 30 minutes. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's just like watching one big long movie. Yeah, like Rose Red from Stephen King or something like that. Yeah, and it is so trippy. It really is. It's called The Edge of Sleep. Check it out. As far as Ireland goes, I do know that it is available on YouTube for purchase. It's $10. Because Kevin was talking to us about getting that. Yeah. He is very interested in whatnot. So he might actually even do the show with us. And talk about it. You never know.
But it's insane. That's a $3 million movie that made $51 million. Yeah. And then you got Obsession that's made over $200 million, and that was $750,000.
No.
Yeah, that budget's under $1 million.
$200 million?
$200 million it made. That's how much profit it made. Like no name actors, fucking, and they killed it with a budget under $1 million. Like we're in an era, like, and that's for people like us that are like, we would love to like write one of these things or do. That's a super low budget.
What was
like,
the production company?
The shit's possible. Huh? The production?
Yeah, who produced it?
Produced by James Harris. I don't know. The company Blumhouse. It was produced by Blumhouse.
It was a Blumhouse production, which means...
But it's their biggest hitter so far.
Yeah.
And
because it doesn't say produced by Jason Blum, it just says Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's huge.
It's pretty much distributed.
It is huge for Blumhouse. Good on them.
And then
good for them.
They got international distribution from Universal. and they were distributed by Focus in the United States, which is a small.
Well,
small
good for them, because I mean, not exactly all the hate, but I mean, to make that huge money jump and be produced by a company like that's pretty freaking good.
$750 for that's
pretty good.
Aspiring like people like us that would love to make a movie or something. Like that's how you know it's possible when you look at.
Are we
like
making
that.
A movie?
Exactly, and now you can know like we could do like you could do something like that. Like we're in an era like I'm glad, even though I love like DC and Marvel and all those, I'm cool with those movies tanking a little bit so these low budget fucking and filmmakers can make what they want to make again, and it's not just studios being like do this, and that. Like I like the way movies are going, and it seems like it's saving the theaters a little bit too. And the fact that horror's like the main fucking genre spearing it forward is kind of fucking awesome to me. Because like people like I've had non-horror people even tell me like the biggest thing at the theaters right now, or like if you're a horror fan, you should be happy as fuck right now because that's everything that's going on. You
get Scary Movie 5.
Yeah, we'll let the hype die down. Give it a spoiler review when they hit streaming. But the big fucking everything in the theaters right now is horror.
Yeah,
and it's killing it. And these low budget
I thought
movies.
It was just Obsession in Scary Movie 5. Is Iron Lung still in theaters?
No, but I'm just saying the things that are doing good right now
in
the last year.
Okay.
And the fact that all those are doing such good numbers. And Scary Movie I heard was terrible, which sucks because I still want to see that. But
well, we have to see it because we promised them.
Yeah.
The actor that we saw, Lachlan Monroe or whatever.
Yo, not whatever. The man.
You
said his name right.
Goat.
Lachlan Monroe.
The goat.
One of the greatest actors.
I will have to say, not one of the greatest, but he's one of the most eclectic actors I've ever seen. This man can go from being in a hospital room with a child who like really isn't his child, but he's acted all concerned about him, to being in the middle of a shootout as a dirty cop.
Yeah.
Like he can do basically anything you throw at him.
And he's done so many things to where it's like, yeah, like the fact that the late career resurgence with like Peacemaker and shit. And like he was in fucking the Freddy versus Jason. I mean, like he's kind of a horror icon. I mean, he was in the Scary Movie 1 is the greatest of all of them.
Yeah,
it's like it's a fun franchise, but the first one's the best.
Shit ton of,
and he's hilarious in that.
He does a shit ton of cameos.
Yeah, he's in a lot of shit. He showed up in so many things. Like there's times I'm just watching a movie that it's like I just want to see a random movie, and it's just like, oh, it's him. Like I was watching this Norm Macdonald, the only other movie he made besides Dirty Work that we watched when we tried to do a Siskel and Ebert review show for what?
Oh, but I'm still in the process of trying to get it done. It's just there's so much going on right now. We just reached, and thank you all so much. We just reached 732 of you all on here.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Give yourselves a round of applause.
We appreciate the support.
Over on TikTok, we have an accumulation of 18.4 thousand.
Yes.
So it's a lot. Especially because y'all are coming out of the woodwork, and I don't mind giving recommendations and stuff through direct messages. Don't get me wrong.
That's what
I don't mind. It is what I want.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going to ask me, at least give me a little bit of context on what you like.
Yeah.
So I can narrow down some things. Because I mean, if you're a paranormal person, I'm not going to recommend Terrifier.
Yes.
I mean that's it. I mean that's just the truth of it.
Yeah, you're gonna be honest with your recommendations.
Like exactly. Like I'm not going to. Like I told this woman the other day that wanted recommendations for her friend's horror club, and I was like, "Well, what do you all do?" And she's like, "Well, we don't really like slashers. We like more psychological." And this is one that we haven't done on here yet, but I have talked about it in mini reviews, and we did do one on Blog Talk Radio, and Daniel knows exactly what movie I'm talking about, which is Eloise.
Yeah.
Which is based on a real life asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, all I can explain is that movie is a mind trip.
Yeah.
it will literally warp your brain. If you do not have a good sense of self at the time, do not watch this.
Don't watch it.
Stay away from it until a different time when you're feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I explained it to her. I'm like, it's intense. I'm like, it's good. I'm like, but it's intense. I'm like, and it's one of those movies where you guys are gonna have to be focused.
Yeah.
And she wrote back and said thank you for the recommendation and whatnot. But like the thing is, if you guys don't let me know, I can't recommend the correct movie for you.
No.
Or your group.
Yeah. 100%.
Just saying.
All right, you ready to go to Hackett's Quarry?
Go ahead, Daniel. Take us to Hackett's Quarry with the
I've been waiting for this.
not the Hag of Shady Lane. What's
the Hag of Hackett's Quarry?
Hag of Hackett's Quarry. There's so many hags.
Yeah, there's a lot of hags.
There's a lot of hags.
And the Hag of Hackett's Quarry might be my favorite. That's what I call Mom sometimes. But because Doug calls her a hag. And
she's probably watching this.
I mean, well, she knows. If we say it to her face, she knows I'm going to say it to other people too. It's not like I'm disparaging. It's kind of mean.
Just go.
But I don't like the hag thing. But I find it funny because I correlate it to the Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
Just call it what it is. Witches. You need to call them hags. They're witches.
Hag has a ring to it. But
racist ring.
What? No, it does. No, it does not.
That was a term they used back in the olden days.
The Hag of Hackett's Quarry in this video game is a white woman with a wolf boy son. And this is
I never said they were discriminating her race.
Okay. Okay, good.
Never said that.
I didn't know what you said.
No, I meant more so discriminating what she was.
Okay. Yeah, just call her a witch. That's
exactly.
Fair. All right. June 22 is when it comes out. And it comes out, like I said, for all platforms because they don't have the Sony license this time. But it's published by 2K, so they got the cash to make this thing look pretty, and it does. And this is a beautiful game. It feels like
it did already come out, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you said it was coming out in June.
No, I said June 22.
Oh.
June 22 is when it came out.
2022. Okay.
Yes. And so 4 years ago now, holy shit. But, which is insane to think about. But this had an all-star cast of Justice Smith, who's done so many great things. Detective Pikachu, that Dungeons & Dragons movie. He's a big-time actor.
He also was I saw the TV Glow, which we did on here. You guys can check that out on our videos.
And everybody's queen, Brenda Song, Mrs. Macaulay Culkin, who's one of my favorites of all time. I've been watching her since I was a kid.
Brenda, I have to reach out to you right now. I have to tell you, woman to woman, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I have had at least five different circumstances where I'm playing as you or someone protecting you. And I've let you down, Brenda. I'm so sorry.
The first one was the best one. The first playthrough.
Don't you bring that up.
No, it has to be brought up.
No.
But the first one, where you're brand new to this, we made it all the way to the end. We separated in like 2 days, but we really grinded on this fucking game.
I was so happy.
And this is like a 10-hour game. You can get it in 8 hours, depending how. You can probably go as low to like 5 or 6, depending on how many people you kill.
We lowered it to 7 in our second run.
Yeah, well, when you get more people fucking killed, it goes faster because their storylines aren't going to play out. But poor Brenda had the shotgun. You know, I think Emma was dead, but Abigail, you kept Abby alive. So Abby was in the basement, and who's played by I forget, Ariel Winter from Modern Family, who's a great young actress as well. And she threw the silver bullet. She had her hero moment. She threw it from under the door. Brenda had it. The poor Dylan, Miles Robbins, he went into the fucking kitchen to get a frying pan because he's an idiot. And Brenda has his gun. She has a silver bullet. She's ready to take this. By the way, it's a werewolf game, ladies and gentlemen. Spoilers, which is hilarious. But Wendigos and Until Dawn werewolves in this one. You can shoot it with the silver bullet and kill the werewolf and protect yourself. Mindy misses the fucking shot. It was fast, so I felt bad for you. And on my playthrough, I have to apologize to Brenda because the first time I played this game, I got her mutilated as well because I ran into the kitchen and I did not have the teddy bear to throw into the freezer
But did
to
you do it
trap.
5 times?
No.
Exactly.
I killed her and then I watched you kill her and I was like, all right, I need to save her. And then I did another playthrough in Brenda and I got the final girl trophy when you keep only her alive, which
I
was sick.
felt so bad for her.
She got annihilated by that werewolf.
Sorry.
She's one of the more likable characters. But this scenery and characters and everything, there is games and certain things in movies or even comics or certain forms of entertainment that I'm like, nobody else would fucking like this but me and Mindy. And I feel like this thing was made for us. That it's like, oh, an interactive slasher game where you can like control who lives and dies. That is like everything I've ever wanted since I was a little fucking kid.
Well, not even that, but like that's the DVD functions that we used to like the
Yeah,
features
the Final Destination shit, but it wasn't.
Well, not even that, but like
out.
Harry Potter and stuff like that. Like they tried with those kind of things, but we love those kind of things for a reason.
We have like make your own adventures. We didn't really quite play the computer games that were big around the time, but I always loved a good choose your adventure type thing. And the fact that you can do that within horror now with video games, and they can do that with like, oh, this person could die at this point, or you could like make them survive and they could do this cool thing first and then they could die. Like that's sick as fuck. And it feels like a tool catered to people like us that love and that's why I've played this game. I think I said 8 before, but it's probably closer to 10 times.
Yeah, probably 10. You played it with me at least 4 or 3?
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah, I think you only did a full playthrough like twice, but you've played scenes and stuff at my house and gotten more people killed as you go. I give you the count for 20 minutes. 20 minutes and 3 more people die. Poor Jacob got his face in a fucking bear trap.
Go to the bathroom, guys. He goes to the bathroom and he leaves me with it. And he's like, here, try not to kill anybody. And he comes back out, and poor Jacob's in a bear trap. Brenda's got her head shot clean off her face. And little Abby, is like trying to struggle away from this creature. And I'm like hitting all the wrong buttons. And Daniel's like, Mindy, hey. And I'm like, I looked down for a second to figure out what A is. And by the time I look up, she's dead. And it's like, yeah, I need a moment. And like I actually got up and left his couch and went in the other room because I was like, I need a second. I can't believe I took out that many people.
Me neither. Jacob was insane because with Jacob, I know, like I said, I played the game so many times. Also, I've researched every variable to this video game. I know every option and what it does, and I know every alternate ending that you can get, everything that you can do in this game. I know about it. I did not know when he was stuck in the bear trap that if you went to fucking like pull out and you didn't do the button prompt, that his face would fall in the other bear trap and he would die. That is one thing I did not know about, that you found a new thing for me. And I was like, how the fuck? I had no clue that could happen.
You are very welcome.
And poor Jake, I mean, you're taking fucking Jacob out of like chapter 4. Like he doesn't even, it's a fucking 10 chapter game. But I do love this game. To kind of take it back to people, we're going to the Hackett's Quarry. We do have a witch mystery with the Hag of Hackett's Quarry, but there's also a family called the Hacketts, and that's why they have Hackett's Quarry. And we have Chris Hackett, who's played by the great David Arquette.
And I do want to say something on this real quick, is that I've learned from lore and whatnot from the game that apparently there's like a Bob Ross kind of thing linked with this game. There's like paintings or something of it. For those of you that do not know, people think that that's just a nod to the freaky stuff that goes on with his YouTube account now that he's gone and whatnot. That's actually a nod to David Arquette.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know this. I know you know this, but a lot of people don't know this. But David Arquette actually went out of his way to become what you call a Bob.
It's like a certified instructor, see?
Yeah, thank you. He's a certified Bob Ross instructor.
That's sick.
So, and he loves going to films and bringing all his stuff. He
That
taught
dude is so
everyone in
multi-talented.
Scream and everyone and
Yeah.
showed them how to do it and stuff. The kids loved it. So like he's really good with that. So I feel like that's more of a nod towards him than anything. So I will have to disagree with that YouTuber. I feel like that's more of a nod towards him.
Yeah. 100%. And the fact that he comes in and they have a version of the Dewey music is the greatest thing on earth, that you get to hear that little dun, dun, dun.
I cried.
It's so fantastic when he shows up on the screen, even though ultimately he's kind of a bastard. Like, he's a good guy that's trying to keep his family alive, but he's also
trying
kind
to
of
get
a
the
piece.
kids out. Like,
Yeah.
he is pissed because the van's not working because this one fucker Jacob decided to strand everyone there, dumbass.
Yes.
And David Arquette's character is basically freaking the hell out because the kids don't know this, but he's like, you guys can't be here.
Yeah.
And like he tries to tell them like, oh, it's a hunting season.
Yes.
And it starts like at midnight right after the camp closes. I don't want you kids getting hurt. And comes up with like all these different excuses about why they can't stay there and why they need to leave and everything else. It got a little sketchy.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, what the hell is going on with it? Because he wasn't malicious about it in any way. He was protective.
Yeah.
So
it was. And I'm glad they did the new age well of like,
Yeah.
they got their cell phones back because it's the modern era. But also, it's very secluded camp. That's like far away. You can't just call an Uber.
No.
So they did that, and it made sense a little bit. It didn't make sense why there wasn't any other vehicle on the property. And he had a truck. He could just load as many people or try to.
Yeah.
They did try to make it a small truck. So
sit on laps, people.
Yeah, but it like just peels off and leaves them. But we will get into each character. Chris Hackett is somebody you don't see a lot, but his impact is felt throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
He is a main player. Just to get it out of the jump, I already said it's a werewolf game. David Arquette is a werewolf. And just like a few members of the Hackett family. Because there's a lore with little Kaylee Hackett and Caleb, which are the two kids who are friends with Justice Smith's character, Ryan. And they let out poor Silas the Wolf Boy because they're just trying to protect the kids. So they start a hay bale fire. And they're just going to light a little hay on fire and then, distract people and let them out. But the fire got way too intense. The witch of Hackett's Quarry, so we can be PC for Mindy, was that her son he bit Caleb and Kaylee, I believe. And then one of them bit David Arquette. So that's how the werewolf line starts. And then the fire burns up the hag of Hackett's Quarry, and now she's a ghost witch that's fucking with everybody. And she's also, you see her
she's
after.
trying to get her son back.
And every chapter, she's kind of trying to help the player do what she wants, which is like kill all the Hacketts and save Silas. Because Silas is the white wolf.
Well, yeah, because
about.
if you kill the way that this werewolf lore works, is that if you kill the head of the line, which would be
you're not
David Arquette, you're no longer infected. And I want to touch base on that. Normally, werewolves, they don't normally follow that kind of lore.
Yeah.
I've heard it said every once in a while, but honestly, I've never really heard it used that much until this game. No. And the fact that they treated it like an infection, like one of the boys gets bit, and he takes out his arm or has someone take out his arm with a chainsaw immediately, and it stopped the infection. Like normally that wouldn't happen. It's in your blood already, buddy.
Yeah.
Like they're treating it like it's the Evil Dead, and he can just like get his possessive arm off. Like no.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, wolf venom is wolf venom. Once it's in your system, it's gonna do what it wants to do.
Well, it does work for Dylan though if you chop the arm off.
But yeah, I'm just saying though, this particular display of werewolf needed a little bit more looked into with lore. is what I'm saying. They needed to do a
Well,
little bit more research on werewolves.
They did a little bit of their own lore, but they were also paying homage to classic films as well and classic werewolf culture. And especially because they have different filters you can play this game in, and like a black and white old school with like.
Which I think is amazing.
Yeah, which is fucking. You can put them in 80s outfits and 50s outfit, and it's really cool. They put a lot of detail. You can tell these people love the genre, and that's what makes this game so special.
Absolutely. They were definitely very passionate
Yeah,
about what they were doing, and it shined through on their work.
it does, because it just is a big love letter to that type of movie. The B movie horror, the Evil Deads of the world, especially having fucking Ted Raimi in this.
The Indies. Oh, yes. I forgot.
Well,
Mr.
yes.
Raimi's son.
Which is one of the brother, I think. Right? I think he's Sam Raimi's brother. I do.
I
But-
thought Sam Raimi was older than that.
But he shows up at the beginning because we have two badass characters. Max, who's played by what's his name? Skylar Gisondo, who's also what's his fucking Superman, Jimmy Olsen.
Okay,
I love
I
that
thought
guy.
I knew him from something.
Yes, he is awesome. And then I even I was watching Superman with my buddy. I'm like, oh, it's a kid from the Quarry. And he's like, fuck you, he's Jimmy Olsen. And then you have Laura played by Saban something. And she did a very good job. Is like, because that's you get introduced to these two, and you get introduced to Ted Raimi, and who's, by the way, Travis Hackett, who you found out later in the game. He's David Arquette's brother. So he's trying to keep the family safe and trying to keep kids safe too as well. And not trying to kill that many people, but it happens.
Yeah.
And
But he has a conscience about it.
he does. And Laura and Max, because Laura is, you can play, and the fun thing about these characters is you can play them in different ways. Now, like, you can say someone's like this personality type, but you can make them like this. Like Dylan, for example, you can play him as the funny man who like kind of becomes a hero at the end, or you can play him as like a straight pussy and kind of a douchebag. And Laura, but no matter how you play Laura, she's still kind of that stubborn, strong-hearted final girl.
Right.
Like, no matter what you do with her, like, you can make her kind of dumb and fail every QTE and ever falling over her ass and shit, but she's still kind of this badass, I'm going to do whatever I want chick.
I know, it's like the game is fighting you. Like,
Yeah.
Like, no,
With her.
sit down, let her cook, please.
Yes, because you can't even kill her till the end. There's very few instances where Laura can die.
I know, so it's like, let her cook.
Yeah, so the game wants you to let her cook and be that badass. And no matter what you do at the beginning, the cop really wants you to get, after Laura has a run-in with the hag, and she gets all scared. They're trying to get out of there. He wants them to go to the Harbinger Motel that gets mentioned a lot. And he's like, please go to the damn Harbinger Motel. And she accidentally, no matter what you do, she gets him to tell her where Hackett's Quarry is, and that's where they go.
Yeah.
So that's the thing where the games fight you. That's like, you can be as like cool with the cop as you want. You're going to Hackett's Quarry, motherfucker. And then you go, fucking old Max gets fucked up by a werewolf in the shelter down there. And fucking Laura's freaking out. She gets hit with a trank from Travis. And he's like, does this look like the goddamn Harbinger Motel to you? Which is a great line. And then you hit, and then you see the rest of the camp counselors. But that's a good way to introduce them. A lot of people might think that they're dead, but true horror fans know you didn't see a body, you didn't see anybody actually fully dead, so they're probably going to come back.
A dead body laying there lifeless with their eyes open,
Yeah.
or if you can see that they are not breathing anymore,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Like, Max looked pretty cooked. Like getting fucking pulled in by the wolf and everything, but you knew, especially Laura, just getting like a shot in the. You're not going to kill her off like that. She'll probably be back. Huh?
She's a bitch.
She is, but she's a badass, and she really is the final girl of this game. No matter if you try to play any of the other girls as it,
Yeah.
she's kind of like Hayden Panettiere in Until Dawn, to where she's got a little bit of plot armor to keep her, because a lot of the story's told through her. Especially
Absolutely.
the back half.
Yeah.
She disappears for the next 3 chapters, but then she comes back and it's the Laura show.
Yeah.
So but we get to meet the other camp counselors, like I mentioned previously, which Dylan, who is the fun guy and just having fun and wants to party, and he's probably on mushrooms. And
What is with it in Dylan's wanting to party?
yeah,
Because
that's
even
true.
she came from the woods at a Dylan that wanted to party.
Yeah, well, this one was a lot better than She Came from the Woods as Dylan. This Dylan is one of the best characters in the game, and a lot of people that played the game be like, I love Dylan. He's the most fun. He's like, no matter what you can play him calm, cool, and collected. You can play him as like he can end up being the hero of the whole story, where it's like, oh, Dylan's the fucking man.
Yeah.
You could get him killed he's got a lot less plot armor than old Laura. He can die.
Or you could get no one killed, from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah, I've had a perfect playthrough.
Yeah, you can have a perfect playthrough and have no one die.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it honestly just depends. For me, it's all about hand-eye coordination. Mine's not the best.
Yeah.
Daniel knows this.
Oh, I watched
So
it.
when Daniel's you've seen it before.
Yeah. I know.
So when Daniel's like, shoot, like there's like a whole minute there that I have to like look down, see where my fingers are going to be, then look up to make sure that I have like the trigger in the right spot,
Yeah.
and then shoot. And Daniel's just like, Jesus Christ. It's over now. Like there's nothing to shoot anymore.
Well, it's crazy for me because I've literally sat there with you and your fiance and played a hard video game, and I'm the one dying all the time, and you're kicking ass and holding your own.
Button mash.
But we're literally playing one of the easiest things to be like. It's a cinematic game. These games are made for people that can't play video games, and Mindy's fucking up the only little video game parts of, and like Laura's falling into a tree and hitting her head and shit. Like it's like press down on the fucking stick.
Yeah,
so fun,
those
though.
controllers get me.
I like it though because I get different. Because of course I'm not going to do that. So my playthroughs are completely different than yours because people aren't, getting shot. And
like if he
over.
wants to see what happens if someone's gonna die, he normally tells me like, "Here, play this."
Yeah.
I want to see what's gonna happen when you kill so and so. Why? Because I can't kill him.
Yeah.
Why can't you? I just can't figure out how to kill him.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and it's like, I killed this person like at least 10 times. A lot. Like he didn't learn.
Yeah. I could do it on purpose, but it is because that's one of the complaints from people with this game was that the controls were a little easier than Until Dawn.
I completely disagree.
I know you do. You're the only person on the planet that does.
With someone that has the hand-eye coordination like I do, and it has to like see the screen and put everything together, it was not accessible for me. Sorry. But a lot of shooting games aren't. Shooting games are not my forte.
But this one, luckily, like that's why you don't like the dark pictures as well. Not only because of the low production quality, but they tried to put in more gameplay mechanics where you got to like run and jump and do some puzzles and shit. And you're like, come on, I want to play a cinematic game. This one only has like 3 shooting scenes. There's only a couple scenes. Like there's a lot of walking around and looking for items sometimes, but it's a lot of just, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? X or A, which is this one's probably the best one for that. Yeah. And that's why I think you had such a fun time when we were able to beat it, and it was awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
But so you have Dylan, who's cool as fuck. You have Nick, who's not as cool. and Nick's a weird one because he's like the shy guy, sort of good guy, but you can play him as an absolute dick. And the way he treats Abigail, who's played by Ariel Winter, he can really be an asshole. And no matter what you do, no matter how you can have him as the nicest guy in the world, he's still going to kiss Abigail's friend and fucking be a dick to her when he's turned it into a
but that was her friend. Her friend was a fucker.
Yeah. Which that is Emma, I believe, who I enjoyed.
Of course you enjoyed her. She was the slut of the story.
Yeah.
Look at me. I got big boobies. I got nice cheekbones.
Well, she drove the story too because her and Jacob, which is the jock guy, the like kind of cool fucking Boston, and he's kind of a dumbass, and they're like had a love story over the summer where they're together. They had it carved on a tree, Jacob and Emma forever, and then she recarved it for the summer, which was a fucking petty move. And she
was just petty anyway.
but she was leading him on, but she also told him we're done after the summer. He couldn't accept that. He wants one more night, and that's why, as Mindy alluded to, he fucks with the car. Whether you have him take the rotor arm or you have him snip the gas line, he fucks with the car, so they have to stay the night. And Jacob puts everybody in peril. But what is cool is the way you can play that is we kind of chose to play it as, okay, these are the two dumbasses that just want to fuck it. And so we're going to get them killed early because that's what happens in these movies.
Yeah.
But if you play them the whole way through and like give them a good character arc, Jacob can actually have like a really satisfying ending where he's apologizing to Emma. And she like sits down and be like, Jacob, I don't want to be with you. And just try to live as long as you can tonight so you can apologize to people. And they like sit down and have a moment together. And
that's sweet.
But you could also play it where Jacob gets infected. She comes up and she's screaming. And Emma's like, yeah, I think that did happen with you. And Emma's like, Jacob, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she keeps asking him. And he says the greatest line in video games, which is, quit asking me questions I don't know the answers to, which I feel 100% of the time. And then he turns into a werewolf and rips Emma apart. And
who did a shotgun right in the face? It wasn't Brenda's song. Wasn't it that old lady?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Grandma Crockett or whatever the fuck her name is.
Grandma Hackett.
Hackett.
Mama Hackett.
Oh, my God, guys. I wasn't even expecting this. Daniel didn't even tell me to shoot. This woman all of a sudden just turns my character around and I just shoot her as like hard as I could in the head. And like for some reason it hits and like it just explodes like a watermelon.
And by the way, that's the lady from Insidious too.
And then sorry. I should have
no, it's okay.
recognized her, but I couldn't at the moment, and I can never say her name right.
She was so good though, and all the Hacketts were, but she was so good. And that
and
moment,
I'm so sorry that I had to blow her up.
Yeah,
I had no choice. Oh, Lynn Shane, that's her name.
Okay, yeah,
Lynn Sheen.
She was amazing, and
which she always is.
Yeah, she was a great creepy figure as Mama Hackett, and I liked her, and I think it was Jedediah
It blew her face off.
And then they had Ethan Suplee, who inspires a fat guy like me because he's jacked now, and that dude used to be the biggest, fattest guy ever, and now he's fucking jacked and in shape. So good for him. Yeah. But he's Bobby Hackett, who's I think he's David and Travis's brother.
Yeah.
And he's a big man child who's funny as fuck. But he's one of the first threats. You see him putting up that post to that song, "The Devil Gonna Come." And
isn't he singing like a version of Sea Shanty or whatever?
I don't think he's singing. It's just a song that's playing while he's putting the post in.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like a demonic version of Sea Shanty.
The devil gonna come when the sun come down. It's a good one. And this, by the way, this soundtrack, they have a creator. That's awesome. They have a creator safe mode, which is cool, to where you can stream it without the licensed music. But this shit has Ariana Grande in the first scene, so they have a lot of fucking really good. I think the soundtrack to this game is impeccable, and it makes it feel like a real legitimate movie, and I think that's cool. But yeah, you got Bobby Hackett, and you did shoot Mama Hackett right in the face, and one of the more grotesque,
blew Lynn Shane's face off to oblivion. There was nothing left.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I think there's a way, though I've had save all the camp counselors. I have not saved all the camp counselors and the Hacketts. I have a few Hacketts have died because I did it where I didn't even shoot her in the face. But then when Chris comes down as a werewolf, he tears that bitch up. So I haven't been able to fully master saving the poor Hacketts. But they're great. And you did shoot the face off. Brenda Song, who is Caitlin Ka in this and is standout far and away, one of the greatest characters Supermassive has done between Until Dawn, this, and all their games. She put on a performance, and it's funny. She said she shot all this when she was pregnant.
I was just going to mention, didn't you say she was pregnant when she was doing all this?
Yeah, she shot all this, and she's so funny. Somebody was like interviewing her. He's like, "You have to play it." He's like, "I played as you, and I got you killed." And she's like, "You son of a!" Like she's like, "What the hell?" And it was so.
That's why I'm apologizing right now.
I know.
Because the chances are 0 to 1 of her seeing this, just in case that random person tags her and shit. I'm so sorry.
Well, and she seems like one of the sweetest people ever, and she's one of those actresses that it's like good for you, and I'm glad to see her and Macaulay Culkin happy because both of those two just seem awesome.
She deserves happiness.
Yeah, and I'm glad he got it with her. But her in this game, she is the ultimate badass bitch who you can play like pretty, like emotionless and kind of rude. But at the end of the day, she's like the mom of the group too. Yeah. That's like there to teach everybody.
She's kind of a sassy little bitch, a little bit.
She's super sassy.
A little bit. She's got that sassy attitude, that kind of like, get away from me, I don't want friends attitude.
A little bit.
But a little bit. But at the end of the day, she comes through.
She's going to protect you. If there's a gun around and a threat, she's going to pick it up and try to protect you.
Exactly. Like, she might not be your best friend and braid your hair and shit, but if someone's going to attack your ass, she's going to figure out a way to get you out of this situation.
And the lore with her and Jacob used to be friends even back in the day, and you can explore that through dialogue, which is cool about this game, to where you can play as full as you want, and you're still going to miss a couple things that somebody might hit in their playthrough.
Absolutely.
To where like dialogue choices, like you can play that whole game and not know that they knew each other prior.
You can get a lot of content out of this game.
Yeah. There's so many things in it that explores, which is cool that they explore the because in a normal horror movie like this, like that's the complaint with slashers, that you don't get to know the camp counselors before they die. You just know that one likes Frisbee and they like to have sex and then they're dead. Like you don't get to really feel that experience. And in this, they flesh out these characters to, what they like, who they're crushing on, you know everything about them. And then when they die, it's like, oh, fuck, I wanted them to survive. And Caitlin's a pure example of that. You feel a little bit of something.
You feel a little bit of sympathy, which you normally wouldn't feel with a video game character.
Yeah. And Caitlin's friends with Jacob, but she gives him shit about Emma wanting to leave him. And then she also has a little crushy crush on Ryan, who's the brooding which a lot of people complain about Justin Smith in this game, and they don't like him because his
attitude is cold and like unforgiving.
Yeah.
And like that he's standoffish and shit. And it's like, have you seen any of his movies?
But also, he doesn't brood in those movies. He is like made to play a nerdy type of character. He is not made to be the brooding cool guy.
Yeah, but he's made to be the shy guy.
Yeah, but in this, he's a cool guy. He's a brooding badass. But he's got a little.
I feel like they did it wrong.
Yeah, they did a little.
They did him dirty.
Yeah,
he should have been the corny shy kid. That to me, that is what Mr. Justice is.
Which you can kind of play him as that if you like have him be bumbling in the moments where he could be a hero, but they do try to make it like Dylan has a crush on him because him and Dylan are both bi, and that's why Justice Smith did this thing, because he wanted he liked that was an aspect of the game that like all these games, not all of them, like Emma and Jake and Abigail is obviously straight, but Dylan, him, like those two are bisexual that are into both sides of the coin there.
Okay, and, so there was a little bit of sexual spectrum going on.
Yeah, and that's why he liked. We don't get a lot of movies like that, so he liked that was video games. So he liked that there was an element to that he could bring that, and I thought it was cool because and that Truth or Dare and that kiss scene, you could have Caitlin and Ryan kiss because she's got a crush on him, or you could have fucking Dylan and Ryan kiss. You could have two dudes kissing and having a good time, and like further that relationship a little bit. But it never gets. It's always flirting though with the kids and stuff, and you can get a kiss scene, but there's no sex scenes, and they
kept it modest.
And even with Jacob and Emma, you don't really get to form a relationship. You don't oh, these guys are together. Even Nick and Abby, because he turns into such a dick before he turns into a werewolf. You can get people like real close to each other and like really have them have a good relationship, but they're not going to leave the camp boyfriend and girlfriend.
No.
Even Laura and Ryan towards the end when they have a lot of flirty moments. Even though Laura's like doing all this for Max, her fucking boyfriend. Which that is the most boring part of the game.
It's like 2 scenes.
No, but when you go to them, no, it's a whole chapter when she's in the prison locked up by Ted Raimi, and you got to like sit through that and do all the talking to Max in the cell. Yeah, that is the only part of the game to where it's like this was moving fast. There's a lot of werewolves, sees a lot of cool shit, and now we're kind of in this stagnant place. But then it gets out of that and it's back to, oh my god, they're in the junkyard, which is my favorite scene.
Yes,
where Dylan and Brenda, where you can't have Brenda go alone because Dylan can die before this.
Yeah.
But if you have Dylan and Brenda go together, he's in the crane with one fucking arm trying to save her. There's metal music playing, and the lights are going off as fucking Caleb the wolf is like running and about to kill Caitlin. She's hiding in the car. You have to like lift her up and try to save her, and which is cool because it's so intense and the game's so good it makes you think Caitlin's gonna die. Caitlin can't die in that scene. She can die if she's by herself, but if she's with Dylan and he's controlled, the only thing that can happen is the werewolf bites her, and now she's infected.
Yeah, because as much as it is pick your own adventure, it is a semi-controlled environment.
A little bit, but Dylan can die in that scene.
Yeah,
he can fuck up, and the werewolf comes and snatches his face off. Yeah, so there is a lot of variables to each scene, and that's what I think makes this game so good.
Absolutely.
All the characters. I've went an hour on it, so I won't go too much. But it's worth a playthrough. You will get a different one than we got. Like we said with Mindy, I believe. Who did live? Because Laura, you did have Laura. Oh no, you fucked up as Laura at the end, didn't you? And you had her shoot Travis, and then the wolf killed her and Ryan.
I believe everyone died.
Yeah, I think every single.
For my first playthrough, I believe
that. Dylan survived because he came out after.
Dylan was the only. No, Dylan and Abby.
Yeah,
Dylan and Abby were the only two because I moved her ass to the closet and had her stay there.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And then Dylan came out with the frying pan when Caitlin was dead. That was such a crazy scene.
So yeah, that's just great. Hi, thank you.
Thanks for joining. We appreciate it.
Unscripted sports show. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you. Is that one of your guys?
Yeah, it's her.
Okay.
And we appreciate it, brother. I really in my first playthrough, Emma and Abby both survived, which Emma is the first person who got killed. But you wanted to because it was like because she even says in that scene it's like the first. Well, I think Jacob could die before that, but it's like one of the first big scenes where you can get someone off. And she's like, "Should I open this door and die, or should I like put clothes on and get gear?" So it's obvious to know what to do, and you're like, "Let's open this door because I'm tired of this bitch." She kissed her friend's boyfriend. Let's get her killed, and then the werewolf comes down and fucks her up. But I had her surviving. Jacob got killed when he was in the cell when he got taken by the Hackett's because I think Caleb fucking they opened the doors later when the electricity went out and then Nick, werewolf Nick just fucking tore him to pieces.
Yeah.
Brenda Song and Dylan both died for me, which was terrible. I did kill the white wolf though, and Ryan and Laura both survived. But this game is a love letter to horror. You need to check it out. This was a retrospective, not a review, so we're not going to give it a rating or anything. But if we were, I give it close to a 10. It'd be like a 9.
I think it would be more like, do we recommend it?
Yeah, and I do.
And honestly, I have to 100% recommend it as well because, like he said, I'm not a video game person.
Yeah. And
even though I killed a lot of people, it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe the one playthrough was like 7 hours.
Yeah.
That we went through. And I wasn't like upset about that. I wasn't bored or anything.
You were entertained into
it was a really good day.
Yeah.
And like you were shocked that I wanted to keep going.
Yeah, I was.
Because you're like, we really want to keep going. I was like, yeah, if you don't mind having me here, I want to see how that ends.
Yeah.
Because it did such a great job of being such a theatrical, cinematical movie slash game that it kind of sucked and pulled you in to everything.
The story was so good.
And the fact that you could control aspects of the story were really nice.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Now, one of the only downsides I have to it is that some of the dialogue, it's really good writing and the dialogue's really good. And I love how funny this is.
Yeah.
Because it's really good, funny meta horror too.
I agree.
But there's a couple of scenes where it's like there could have been more.
Yeah.
Like you're talking, like Brenda will say something, somebody will reply, but there was more to that conversation and they just don't have it. Now, this has been explained by the developers is they had to cut a lot of stuff because of COVID, because this was during COVID. So they had to cut some dialogue stuff for money and shit. But
makes sense.
because like there's a scene where, and I watched the playthrough with Miles Robbins when he had the cast on, which was cool. They did a stream. And they like years ago, and Justice Smith was on there. And when Laura shoots the werewolf, she thinks it's Chris, but it's Kaylee Hackett, and she's dead in the fucking pool. All Ryan says, who's super close to both Hacketts, that's Kaylee Hackett. And then it like goes on to like music. He said he had like a whole dialogue thing for that, but it just didn't make the game because he's like he says that's Kaylee Hackett, and then he like explains the story and everything, and like how the fuck is she still here? But they just cut all of that. So there's certain things where I think that does hurt the game when it's a dialogue heavy entertainment movie type game. You could have filled a little more in some of the scenes, but I thought the dialogue was so good on its own right. It didn't hurt it
Because
that
you don't
much.
want to cram too much in.
Yeah, you didn't need too much over explaining or anything. And it did feel like they were all friends and they felt like they had all great chemistry with each other. The performances help makes this, and that's what makes it feel like a movie. So I love this one. Do we know what we're doing next week, or are we just going to update them later?
I have a couple of suggestions, and I wanted to run them by you.
Okay.
So I will let everyone know tonight on here and on our TikTok. I'll let Daniel know for Twitch, either on here tonight or on Monday.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'm giving you guys a big old hoo-hoo!
Anywho, and thank you for joining us today, and we'll see everybody next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.